Here we are again, America. Deer Hunter DVM coming back at you again. Back to the truck, Veterans Day. Holy cow, what a day. It has been aggressive, let me tell you. We've had wind and snow this afternoon, and ice and all kinds of badness. Had a good hunt this morning. Had a good hunt this morning over inside corner of Standing Cornfield. I saw like 3 or 4 different little bucks and a nice large 3-year-old. He was out quartering the wind with it blowing right in his nostril on one side. He cruised through there through the standing corn. I was just off the mark on him. I wouldn't have shot him anyway, but got down about 11, went and pulled a couple cards and went back to the house, got something to eat, went back out in the snow, raided a doe bedding area this evening, and I got in amongst a breeding party. I couldn't tell really what was going on in there. It was snowing and blowing. It was like 30-mile-an-hour wind and just awful conditions, but I love hunting in this stuff, especially during the rut. Holy cow, we never get it. It's a treat. So and I decided to go ahead and hike in and do it. It was hard keeping the camera dry and myself dry, but I got away with it. It was a lot of fun. I like hunting and stuff like this. It's challenging. But I did see a buck in there bird dogging a doe hard, and then like a couple little bucks were skirting them. I just really couldn't see what was going on. They're about 80-90 yards away through the hedge thickets there, but one of the bucks I saw, I thought I knew, I think I know. I didn't get a super good look at him, but I think it's a 10-pointer I call Reggie Jackson. Great big heavy frame on him. Excellent 160, 165 inch buck. Just chasing the crap out of a doe in there with all that wind and snow. I was really surprised to see him up and moving like they were. But I'm covered in snow and snot and wet and tobacco spit and all kinds of badness, man. But I want to give one message real quick, and then I'm going to shut this off, go home, drive all my stuff out. You know, I've been seeing on social media that everybody's been posting that, you know, it's happy Veterans Day. Thank you to our vets. And I'm right there with you guys. And it's something I thought about today. I got ready to leave the house, and the wind was just cutting me, and the snow was blowing, and I almost was like, you know what? I'm not going to go tonight. And my wife said, no, you need to go. You'll regret it if you don't. And on the way to the truck, I thought, you know what? She's right. And these are miserable conditions. Yes, we all understand that. Do you want to kill a big buck? Yep. In order to kill a big buck, how do you do it? Be in the woods during the rut. So I also got to thinking about all these veterans that have served for us, that got drafted, like my dad and a lot of guys that he went to high school with go to Vietnam. They didn't have a choice, and a lot of their conditions that they were in was hot and miserable and uncomfortable and scary, you know. And so I thought, on Veterans Day, I'm not going to bitch out and not go because the conditions are bad just because I'd be uncomfortable. You know, just think about how uncomfortable, and I was thinking about this on the drive down, how uncomfortable were those guys fighting in the Battle of the Bulge back in World War II when it was so damn cold and the Ardennes Forest out there. They didn't have a choice, and they was getting shot at, and it wasn't fun. This is whitetail hunting. This is fun. We ain't getting shot at. You know, what about those boys that was on the Bataan Death March in the Pacific? Or the guys that climbed Iwo Jima? You know? The guys that were in Pearl Harbor. Like, you know, you think about all that, and if me as a hunter would be like, yep, on social media, you know, thank you for serving our country and we love you, and I love you. But if I were to not go hunting just because it made me uncomfortable tonight in these conditions, then what kind of tribute is that to our veterans, you know? So I went, and I did it because it's fun and I enjoy it. And even though I was going to be uncomfortable, I'm damn sure not going to bitch out on Veterans Day. You know? So, thank you to my veteran friends. And family, I love you and I appreciate you, and we all do. And I'm happy that I know each and every one of you, and the ones that I don't know, I'm happy that you've served as well. One quick story and I'll let you go. When I was a kid in college, I heard about a Children's of Veterans Scholarship they give out for the state of Illinois. They give out one per conflict per county. And my dad got drafted in the Vietnam era, and thankfully he didn't see combat. They stopped the war before he got into combat, and he got in a little later. Some of them didn't, you know. So anyway, I heard about this scholarship about the time I got an application into vet school, and I got the Children's of Veterans Scholarship because my dad getting drafted into the Army during the Vietnam conflict. Now, that scholarship paid for my entire vet school's tuition. And I told my dad at one point that I didn't feel like I did anything to deserve it. You know, like I didn't deserve it. I didn't do anything. I didn't get drafted and go to Fort Benning and, you know, get taken away from the family farm. I didn't, as a young man, I didn't do anything to deserve it. The only thing I did was have a good ACT score. You know, I wasn't rucking a pack and going through basic training, and I wasn't getting shot at by, you know, guys across half the globe in the jungles and mosquitoes and malaria and the Viet Cong Delta. I'm not deserving of that scholarship. And I thank every one of those Vietnam veterans especially, because I know a lot of them. A lot of them are my dad's age. A lot of them were in my dad's high school class or friends with my dad here locally in our hometown. And I'm very proud to know all you guys. And I just want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, all you Vietnam veterans especially, I don't deserve what you've done for me. I don't deserve that. I didn't do that, didn't take that scholarship, or I did take that scholarship, but I didn't do anything to deserve it, other than have a decent ACT score. You guys did it for me, and I can't thank you enough for that. It chokes me up a little bit to talk about it. It helped me in my life immensely, and I owe a debt of gratitude to each and every one of you that served over there during that Vietnam conflict. So I love you, and I thank y'all for doing so. God bless you guys, and carry on. I'm going to wrap this up now and go to the house and get warmed up and dried off. But again, thank you guys for your service, each and every one of you. And have a good rest of the Veterans Day and a good rest of the whitetail rut. Today's whitetail rut numbers, I'm going to give the weather a solid 8. I love hunting in this stuff. Wind kind of had us beat down, but it was fun hunting in the snow. Rut activity, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It was good today. Saw deer moving early, mid-morning, and late evening, even in the crummy conditions. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Give me a click and like. Give me a click and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the tree tomorrow. Deer Hunter DVM out.